Hi guys, and welcome back. Here we go. We're going to learn to get to the top the correct way now. Okay, I'm going to bypass a lot of the other stuff real quick just to show you how we can get there so I'm not wasting your time. First of all, we get set up. We're in good posture. Everything's the way it should be. We made our first move, second move. Now from here, all we need to do is fold this elbow straight up. See how that is right there? We just go from here and we fold the elbow straight up. I'm not going to fold the elbow up and keep turning because again now it's got this good 90-degree relationship, but it's starting to get behind the balance line of the body, and I'll explain that here in a second too. So let me do it with two hands now. We get set up, we made our move. Now watch this. Boom. See how it's folded? It is straight up and down 90 to here and 90 to the ground. Okay, but as you can see, the orbit, if you think about it, if I'm standing up like this, my elbows sit in an orbit around my body, right? So all we're doing is, if we pay attention here, okay, my elbows are set here. Here they are. This elbow is now moving in an orbit that doesn't change. See that? Here's the base of it. So I come back down. Here's where it's going to start. It's going to shift. It's going to fold. It hasn't lost its orbit. See where it's still at? And it makes my swing look very, very short. You know what I mean? The reality is, though, my hands are right in front of my chest. They're right here, so I'm ready to make these next couple of moves. We also have something in the body that's called the balance line of the body. Or some people might call it the chi line, or I've heard all kinds of different things that it's called, but it's really the balance line of your body. And what the balance line of the body is, it's inside of me, in kind of like here, which would be for a woman, it'd be in the same spot. Here's my hips, inside, center, lower, so it's kind of in here, in this area, but down some, okay? So what happens is this balance line, if I put a club like this, and I put a club like this, again, another perfect 90-degree angle. So the balance line of the body in the golf swing, how it's represented, is if I move my foot forward and drew a line straight here, coming straight up this way off of my heel up in space. As I make my backswing, you're going to see in downswing, this is where the balance line of the body is. It points up from that spot. So watch this. So if we can imagine, there's a line coming straight up from my heel, infinitely into the sky. We get set up. Now we're going to make our first move. We get the club there, and I come to the top. Now see how my arm, if I move my foot out like that, hasn't violated the balance line of the body. The club hasn't gotten behind me. It's right on the balance line of the body, and so are my hands, okay? So when we go to the top, we learn how to take this lever and fold it, almost like a bicep curl. It's very, very simple when you think about it. Plus, we don't have any of this over rotation of the upper body working against the lower body because we've shifted the correct way to make that happen. Now, I didn't talk about the shift on this move here, how it works, but that's truly how we teach it at golflessonacademy.com. We get here, we get set up, we're in good posture, feet are positioned correctly, first move is made, second move is made, now I fold. And when I fold, I'm right there, everything's where it's got to be, there is no violation, I haven't overturned and got like this because I'm violating the balance line of the body, I'm just right on it, right here. Feels like I have a tray in my hand right now, to where when I make my move down, you're going to see how this club goes this way instead of all of a sudden shooting across us like there. But you have to remember, this move is, we don't learn to use our hands to get to the top. Basically, modern golf swing. Here, set it, top. See how they get to the top? The second I do that, you can see the angle change in what I have here. The club, the position that it's in, it's very high. I'm going to have to drop this thing into this slot as we start coming down. And boy, let me tell you something. That's not a very easy thing to do for many people. Hence, 95% of all people that play golf hit a slice, and their scores are above 100. And it is just not good. Think about that. I don't know about you, but if I was out shooting over 100 every time, I'd probably pick up another sport, to be honest with you, because I'm very competitive. I believe that anything that somebody can show me, I can go out and do, and I can do very well. And I'm letting you know that I know absolutely about what I'm talking about when it comes to the movements of the body. We have been researching how the human body works through anatomy and physiology, and the anatomy of the body and the anatomical movements of how the body works as it's swinging a golf club. And when you start to understand that we at Golf Lesson Academy have that kind of education behind us, you're really going to start understanding how valuable this information that we're sharing with you really is. So let's get right back to it again, okay? First of all, we get set up. We're in our posture. We made our first move. Now we've gone around. Now from here, I just fold up. See that? I've got a big shoulder turn, even though I'm not trying to get this massive shoulder turn. This club is now got its 90-degree relationship. The orbit of the elbow has still stayed on the perfect elbow for what it, on the perfect position for where the elbow should be, in harmony with how this thing is working around my spine. Okay, so now I've got my left hand there. I've got a triangle, but our triangle, instead of looking like that, is now looking like this, which is going to give us a clear path to come right into that ball. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how the downswing works. And this, the transition move of how it's supposed to happen versus the way that you teach, that the way the modern golf swing is taught, is going to send off light bulbs in your mind because it's just going to make sense. All right, so let me take a quick break and we'll be right back.